Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Taya Tiffany and thank you for clicking on today's video. If you're new here, thank you for joining us, and if you're a subscriber or a returner, thank you for your support. So I'm about to go see Black Panther. Comment down below if you're also going to go see it or if you've already seen it. Tell me if you're excited or not, and just leave a nice comment down below because we're spreading positivity in this video. So I'm going to get ready for this movie by doing a review / get ready with me on the new Superstay foundation by Maybelline New York. The other day I went to Walgreens and I picked up this foundation in the color 360 Mocha. This foundation retails for $11.99, which is perfect for people who are on a tight budget. I'm a college student, so finding cheap foundation, drugstore foundations that don't break my bank account is really important to me. So I hope this video helps you and gives you a little insight on what this foundation is. So before I start my video, I'm going to go ahead and go to the Maybelline website and I'm going to read off some of the little facts that they give you on the website that tell you exactly what this foundation is. According to the website, there is 16 super saturated shades. Wow, tongue twister. The gradient isn't that bad. I mean, for 16 shades, it's alright. This foundation is 24-hour wear, full coverage. The benefits of this foundation is that it is full coverage. The pigments provide an ultra transforming effect. It's lightweight yet high impact coverage. Formula does glide onto the skin for a flawless makeup finish that lasts all day. It's oil free and doesn't clog your pores. Maybelline says that you can apply this foundation by using your fingertips, a sponge, or the Maybelline blender. I didn't pick up the blender. I don't even know what Maybelline blender they're even talking about, but didn't buy it. So we're just gonna apply this the way that I apply it, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. So I am wearing foundation right now. This is actually the foundation that I'm gonna be talking about in the video, but this is really old and crusty, so I'm gonna wipe this off and we're gonna start from the beginning so you guys can get a better look on how this actually looks from the jump. Okay, so I've wiped out my foundation, and as you guys can see, I have a birthmark on the right side of my face. So finding high coverage foundations are really important to me because I just want to make sure my face all looks one color, and sometimes it can be difficult when this doesn't get covered up because clearly there is a difference in face color. Before I even start the application, I'm gonna put a primer on. So the primer I've been using lately is this Master Prime by also Maybelline. It's in 050. It's a primer and base, and it just basically hydrates and smooths your face out. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of that on the back of my hand. Put my finger in there and rub it around my face so all my face is hydrated before I put this foundation on. This primer doesn't really make my face tacky, and I know that's what primers are supposed to do, but you know, I kind of bought this already, so I'm not gonna waste it. It does make me look a little bit better though, and it does hydrate my face well. Alright, so now that we've done that, I am going to get a Sonia Kashuk brush. Usually I would use my beauty blender, but my beauty blender is dirty right now because I didn't wash it before doing this video. So I'm just going to use a brush, and we'll see how well a brush does. And if the brush doesn't do well, then we'll use a sponge. So I've been watching a few of these videos, and so many of these big YouTubers have been so shook at the fact that this foundation has a pump. They've been claiming that this is like one of the first foundations, drugstore foundations with a pump. This is the Revlon 24-hour. They've been at it with the pump, so I'm not really sure if they're just so sponsored that they don't know about drugstore products, or I'm really not sure what the hype's about with the pump. And this pump is also very loose and flimsy. It's been like twisting and turning the whole time that I've had it, so I'm not really sure what that's about, but it's a little flimsy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some of this foundation on my brush, and I'm just gonna dot this around my face. Let me put my hair back so you guys can see. So I'm just gonna put a couple dots around my face, and we'll use this brush to kind of spread this and blend it into my skin. So the shade does pretty much go with my skin. I know it's kind of hard to tell since I have a birthmark, so it looks like two completely different colors. But when I'm comparing it to this side of my face, it does match me and my neck. So the brush actually isn't doing that bad. This is my first time applying it with a brush, so this is kind of first impressions with a brush, and it's not that bad. I'm pretty impressed. So I'm just gonna blend this around my face, into my hairline. Guys, blending into your hairline is so important because sometimes like it looks a different color up here, so if you don't blend it in, it's so obvious. It just looks like you're wearing a little mask around the side of your face if you're not blending it. And I do usually use a lot more foundation on this side of my face just because I do have to cover up my birthmark. So most people won't have to keep adding pumps, but I think I've only used about 2.5 pumps here to cover up this birthmark. If you guys are curious, my birthmark is called Niva Sabota. I got teased a lot when I was younger about it, but I've kind of just grown to accept it and love it, and I think I'm pretty unique for it, so I mean it doesn't really bother me now. I do wear makeup, not because I'm ashamed of it, but because I just think I'm really good at makeup. Well, I don't think I'm really good at makeup, but I do enjoy makeup and its art and how well it makes me look, and it makes my features look better sometimes. So that's why I wear foundation and other makeup products. I just think that if I could look better, why not? But everyone's beautiful and unique in their own way, and I think we should all learn to love ourselves just the way we are. So I'm basically done applying this foundation. But honestly, I think it looks pretty good. It matches me. It's not too orange. I'm like a yellow and red undertone, so like, I mean, I guess it could have went either way. Sometimes I find foundations that are just way too orange for me, which are most foundations, and I love that this one doesn't do that. The Revlon one, even though it's really good, it does come off a little orange, so sometimes if I don't blend it correctly into my neck, people can tell that I'm wearing foundation, and I get called out on it sometimes, but it happens to all of us. So I think for the most part this foundation looks pretty good. And so I'm just gonna apply my concealer and my powder, my setting powder, so you guys can see what that looks like and how it wears with like other products. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use my really crusty Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is in the shade 30 Cafe. It's almost empty, so I'm really sad about this because this is like one of my go-to concealers. I do use Shape Tape concealer too, but we're taking a break from Shape Tape right now, so we all know why, so I don't even need to go into details about that. But I am using this Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I absolutely love this concealer. I think this is probably one of the best drugstore concealers. I know there's another Maybelline concealer that everyone hypes about, but I haven't picked that one up yet because my store never has my shade, so it's whatever. So I'm just gonna add this to under my eyes, my forehead, and down the bridge of my nose. And then I'll just go ahead and blend that out with the sponge that already has foundation on it, so don't judge me. So I'm going to use a sponge to just go ahead and blend this concealer out. I do have a beauty blender, but I haven't washed it yet, so I'm just going to use this little sponge. This is one of those drugstore sponges that they sell in like the packs. They're really cheap, so we're just going to blend this out. And I love this concealer because it does brighten up your under eyes. It's not super full coverage concealer, but it is pretty decent to be a drugstore concealer. And I think this is like $7.99 if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just going to set this concealer with my Patrick's powder. And I love this powder too. Oh my gosh. I haven't stopped using this since I've gotten it. And I'm just going to pour some of this into the cap. And then I'm gonna grab my powder brush. This is another Sonia Kashuk brush. It doesn't tell me what kind of brush this is, so sorry guys, just find another fluffy powder brush. And I'm just gonna set my under eyes with this. and my forehead. So basically everywhere that we apply concealer, we're just gonna apply this powder. And this is really simple, so this video is perfect for beginners, for people who are just getting into makeup. There's nothing really complicated about applying foundation, a little bit of concealer, and a little bit of powder, and you'll be ready to go. I'm just gonna brush this off. And this powder is so perfect because it makes your face look so smooth. The powder was a little bit expensive, but I think because Patrick Star is a YouTube influencer, it was really hyped up. But it is a good product, so it definitely is worth your coin. So now I'm just going to take this Ben Nye Luxury Powder in the shade Nutmeg. And I mostly use this for like a powder contour because I have a really hard time finding contours that work for my skin tone because I am dark skin. So I think this just adds a little bit more warmth to my face. Not a lot, but it does add some warmth on top of this powder that kind of takes away from that, I guess. And I'm just going to apply it right here underneath my cheekbones and then around the perimeter of my face. So, and this is basically what I do every day when I'm in a rush. So this is a really quick tutorial. It's not too long, something you can do really quick. So I'm going to add a little bit of blush. I was like one of those lucky few people who were able to pick up the MAC Lunar New Year products from MAC. So I'm just going to add part of this blush duo in the top color, which I think is Love Token. It's this pink shade up here, so I'm going to add that blush. Comment down below if you guys want me to do a review on the MAC Lunar New Year. I did pick up a few things, so... But I wasn't sure if anyone wanted to see it because it is sold out now, apparently. So I wasn't sure if anyone really wanted to see what this product looked like. But this is what this looks like. I'm just going to add some blush on my cheeks. And I struggled finding a blush that looked good on me, but I actually do like how peachy this looks on me. So I think it's a really nice shade for darker skin tones too. So I got my fan brush and I'm just going to go ahead and apply this highlighter. So before I even apply this highlighter, this is what it looks like, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see it because of the sunlight. But before I apply my highlighter, I always spritz my face down. So any kind of setting spray that you own, go ahead and just spritz your face down first. And this is just going to make your highlighter I just swallowed some of that setting spray. This just makes your highlighter pop a little bit more. So I'm just going to fan my face off a little bit because I can see this mist on it. And I'm just going to get my fan brush and swipe it across here a little bit. This highlighter retails for about $4.99 in stores, I think. So it's really cheap and great for people on a budget once again. So, and I think this is a good dupe for the Fenty Kilowatt highlighter because they're both pink and they come out like pretty much the same. So I'm just going to apply this. Whoa. Y'all see this highlight? Do y'all see it? Popping. Alright, so I'm going to do it on this side. And you don't need too much of this, especially if you're a darkened skin tone, because this is a lighter highlight. You don't want to put too much, but you do want people to see your highlights. So, and then I do it on my nose. And I'm going to grab this other Wet n Wild brush just to clean this up a little bit because I kind of made too much on my face. Okay. So this is our highlight, guys. I think it looks pretty good. This is a good little highlight. It's just, you just need to be very careful because as you can see, I kind of got this one a little too much. But anyway, so for final thoughts, I think this foundation is really full coverage. Not super full coverage, but it is a nice little full coverage. Like I said, it did cover up my birthmark, so you guys can get an idea of how much it covers up. I do think this is worth spending your money on. I'm really dry skin too, by the way, just for reference, you guys. So it doesn't dry my skin out even more. I don't really know how it affects oily skin, so I'm not really sure. The website did claim to be oil free, so I don't think it would like make something worse. But for dry skin girls, like, it's not going to dry your skin out even more. And especially if you add like a primer like I did at the beginning to hydrate your face, it's not going to feel drying on you at all. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was budget friendly and helped you decide on a few things that you can pick up from the drugstore that won't break your bank account. Happy Chinese New Year, and leave a comment down below on how you like this video, if you have any questions, and what you would like to see in the future. I'll see you guys in my next video.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you forget, and all these reckless nights you regret.